All right, it's your boy Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul. I guess this will probably make it part 3. I'm in the airport, going to my complimentary hotel. You know, it's funny because sometimes I sit and I wonder, how did I get here? Because, you know, by all checks and balances, I should not be here. I would be the last person someone would expect to be traveling around the world by himself, you know, at his own pace and time, you know. I guess if I was in high school and they signed a yearbook under my picture would be voted most likely not even to be on the ballot. I guess that'd probably be what it would say, you know. But I have to say, man, one of the most beautiful things is my grandfather used to tell me when I was young. He used to say, "Boy, ain't no grass gonna grow underneath your feet." And I could never understood what he meant by that. And then finally it dawned on me. And that's when I tell you about sometimes people tell you things and you may not get it right off the bat and it hits you later on. But what he meant by no grass would ever grow under my feet, I mean, I would never be still long enough for grass to grow, you know, which meant I'll always be traveling, moving from one place to another, which is exactly what I did as a child with my childhood. It was all about moving, you know, a year here, a month here, or whatever. It was like, no sense in my getting to know you because I know I'm not going to be here long. So what's the sense, you know? And as far as having friends, they're just, you know, that's why I can't play basketball. Ain't nobody telling me, yo, WG, go play basketball. Let's go play some pool, you know. Let's go chase chicks. You know, none of that, man. You know, so I've always been kind of, you know, alone. You know, but and then plus with all my I'm not gonna say trials and tribulations, but my experiences in life, you know, where if I'm not dead, I should be in prison for a long time. One of those type of things. And then still to come to find that I still have a passport, I'm able to get one. And you know, that's something that, let's stop right there and let me focus on that. You know, they used to tell you that if you have a felony that you can't get your passport. That's not true. You can get your, I mean, you can get, you can vote. If they told you if you had an ex-felony, you can't vote. That's not true. You can't. I'm proof of that. And when they tell you you're an ex-felon, you can't get a passport, that's not true. You can. I got mine. You know, so don't let people just tell you anything and you fall for it. You know, I tell young kids today, you know, people who I meet, I say, man, whatever you do, always keep in mind that you always want to be able to get a passport. Because you always want to be able at some point in time in your life to say, shit, let me go see what they're doing or how they're doing and so and so. That was one thing about the Army that I felt that they should have never done, was that stop the draft. Because the draft made a young man at 18 years old pick up and, you know, join the service, gone to a foreign country, got 3 hots in a cot, and, you know, was taking care of learning responsibilities, you know, what have you, at 18. Now, since the draft stopped, an 18-year-old is lucky not to have a criminal record by the time he's 18, you know, and it's not mostly by his doing, it's by design. You know, it's designed that to keep you down, for you not to be able to get public assistance or services in college or join the military, because they don't want you to pull yourself up. You know, I was watching how just talk to the news a little bit, how Trump is getting ready to employ all these federal agents and Coast Guards and National Guards to Chicago to stop the violence, you know, or the war on guns now is what it is. when you know what's going to happen. We've seen it time and time with the war on drugs. What they're going to do is that they're going to go in, find young black men who never had it on their mind to do something illegal, show them how easy it is to make a few hundred, do a few sales, and bust them, and then they become part of the status quo. It never fails to behoove me why, when they talk about the war on something, they never go to the source. You talk about the wars on guns, you should be going to, in Chicago, you should be going to Illinois, not Illinois, some other neighboring states where buying guns is like buying candy. Where they give you a box of shells every time you buy a bottle of booze. Those type of states, the gun shows where it makes it easier for people to buy guns. That's where they need to start. You don't start at the bottom of the or the low crime, the bottom of the list. You go at the top. Say they like drugs, you know what I'm saying? What they want to do, they want to go after users. They want to go after people who are selling drugs to support the habit by selling drugs. And you go after them, and then you say, oh yeah, we got a war on drugs. Look at all our arrests. But your arrests are moved because you're not really making a dent. You're not going after the people who bring in the drugs. You're not going after the cartel. In the Philippines they have this shipping port, and the shipping port has lanes where big tankers can come in. Yellow means safe, green means give an eye, red means thoroughly search, because they got intel that there's probably drugs on this ship. But they got intel on a freighter that was coming in, so many tons of shabu. And instead of running it through the red lane, somebody okayed it to run through the yellow lane, which means it came right on in with no hassles, no nothing. Now, they have found a lot of the drugs that was on that tanker. But what they're now doing is investigating who was it who okayed that vessel to come through that low-level security lane. And a lot of heads are rolling now because your customs is that's the forefront of any type of war against anything, is what is being allowed in your country. And President Duterte's son is affiliated with it because one of the informants said he heard Duterte's son was, but no proof yet, but just on that hearsay, his name has gotten dragged into it. And Duterte is very hard on drugs. He made a statement that if my son is involved in it, I would resign. So that's how strong he takes a stand about that. And while we're talking about politics a little bit, I was watching Hillary Clinton, and this morning, and she was talking about how the election went. And she said that the fact that Russia got involved with the elections, that their intention is to bring down America. And the best way to bring down America is from the inside, have America bring down herself. By creating a divide that's so decisive that it starts feeding on itself like a cancer. And that's what's happening now. Just look. The United States, from taking a knee to stand up for police brutality and injustice and equality, to disrespecting the flag. And it's no happenstance, I think, that the gunman who did the shooting in Las Vegas, he could have picked a lot of venues. But I guess he was mad, and he was a millionaire. He hated the United States. Why? Because he hit the heart of the United States. Country music. You can't get no more apple pie in America, or representation of America, than country and western music. So they still don't know why, but the fact of the matter is that he wasn't just somebody You know, and I was talking to someone and said racism, prejudice. I said it's always going to be that. Even at the time of Adam, when Adam had 2 sons, and one of them killed the other because why? Jealousy. You're always going to have the haves and have-nots. The haves want to keep what they have, and the have-nots want what the haves have. And so it's a back and forth thing, it's envy, it's jealousy, and it's always going to be there. Whether it's money, whether it's greed, whether it's color, whether it's always easier to rally people together in the name of hatred. We don't want hate because it's easy to hate something. It's easy to blame someone else for your own shortcomings, for the reasons why you're not, or why you don't have. Instead of looking at it as you being lazy, getting off your ass and doing it, because in America, you can do and be whatever you want to be. I'm proof of that. I'm proof of that. Every day I'm proof of that. So there's no excuse. But anyway, I figured out how to beat this immigration thing. I'm trying to get into a room. The line was real long, so I figured if I do it in between planes coming in and out, maybe I can get to my room. So now it's pretty quiet, so I'm going to make my move. So this is Gerard, MC Filipino Soul. I'll talk to you later. Peace.